What does financial freedom actually look like? Well, let's talk about that in this video right now. Okay, so you're looking for ways to create financial freedom, right? You're like, what does that actually look like? I mean, we talk about it all the time, but what does that look like in your real life situation, right? Well, I want to kind of dive into, let's really define that. Let's figure out what that looks like based on my experience, but also others too. And I'll tell you this secret, it's not all the same. So let's talk about why. Right, so what does financial freedom look like? It looks like me. No, I'm just kidding. If I were to ask my 9-year-old daughter, when she talks about how my wife cooks versus my cooking, it's like, it tastes like heaven, right? Unfortunately, she's like, it tastes like hell, Dad. Like, okay, thanks, daughter. You're awesome. You're disinherited now. No, that's the thing. Like, what does financial freedom really look like? Is it like heaven? Like, what is that heaven? The real thing you have to ask yourself is, what is financial freedom to me? Because what I've noticed over the time, we've worked with thousands of people over the years, is that financial freedom gets a little bit different definition every time. Now I'll tell you overall, here's what I've heard mostly, is that most people look at financial freedom as where I just don't ever have to worry about money, right? Money is worry-free. Here's the thing I'll tell you about financial freedom is it's not a number, because I've seen plenty of people be worth millions upon millions of dollars, and money is always a daily, minute-by-minute worry in their life. They aren't financially free at all. And I get this because financial freedom is different for people. See, financial independence is easy. I can give you the formula of financial independence. I even have videos on this channel that talk about it. What's the formula? Passive income meets your expenses every month. Once you have enough passive income to pay for all your bills every month, you're financially independent, right? You don't have to work a job. You're work optional. You work because you want to, not because you have to. But financial freedom is something much more. It's something on a more emotional level. It's something that you feel, not necessarily something that you always see. So even when we want it to look like something, it really for the most part looks like or really feels like something more. For most people, it is about, I just don't want to be worrying about money. But like I said, you could have millions of dollars and still be worrying about money. I've had plenty of people they're like, Chris, I've done everything Dave Ramsey taught me to do. I paid off all my debt, including my house. I've got a couple $1 million just sitting around in my mutual funds and my retirement accounts. And yet I don't feel like I could ever retire because I have zero income coming in. Now, they don't have the passive income. They're not even close to financial independence because their money's just sitting there accumulating, but not actually cash flowing, right? You need that to be able to do it. But even when I get them there, even when they get to that point, like especially in those cases, like we can do it in a year, right? We can do it right now. You can actually retire young or retire early. And then we get there and they're like, I don't feel any more free. It's because it wasn't about the money, right? Even that they try to rationally say, well, yeah, I could stop working. But what if this? What if that? What if this? What if that happens? What if I lose my job? Or what if all of a sudden there's more inflation? What if all of a sudden I lose money in a certain investment? What about this? What about that? So then they have to make the number bigger and then the number keeps growing and growing, but there's never a stop to it. And this is where you gotta understand that financial freedom isn't about that. It's about having an abundance mindset, even in the face of scarcity. Right? Many people are taught scarcity. They're taught to save and save. The saver is living in a life of scarcity. You can't pay off your debt fast enough. And when you finally do, you can't save up enough money to ever feel really financially free. If you're a spender, you don't save money anyways, right? You just blow it all. But it's like you got to keep hustling. You got to keep working and making more money all the time to finally support that lifestyle. That's why a lot of you will own businesses because you know you can make more money in business, yet at the same time, you're still stuck. You feel like you're still trapped in that rat race. You can't get out of it. And yes, passive income can help, but it's not about that. You got to come from a place of abundance. Think of more like a steward. A steward looks at money differently. A steward looks at what's the highest and best use of my money? How can I use it not to just provide comfort and ease for my family, but also how can I even serve more people? How can I do the things that I want to do? How can I actually have that passion? What does financial freedom look like? It might just be doing that passion project. It might be saying, now I have the freedom to go volunteer my time and be able to help and serve people. Maybe I can give more money. Maybe I can start a nonprofit. Maybe I can do this, whatever it might be. Maybe it's to be able to teach my children and my grandchildren. Maybe I'll pass on some great legacy. Whatever it might be. Heck, I'm doing it right now. Like I'm living my life in the sense that I don't need any of this business income at all, right? Sometimes this is putting more of my money in to make something bigger and better with what I'm doing in my business. I don't need it. I had that freedom. It's fun, it's exciting. But I realized when I got to that point of financial independence and I didn't need to make money anymore, I realized something, is that I get depressed when I'm not working. I get depressed when I'm not doing stuff. For me, what I had to do is I just went back to what I loved, which is teaching. This is why I'm doing these videos, is I love teaching. I love teaching not just to hear myself talk, because trust me, I don't enjoy hearing myself speak. This is why I put myself on 2 times when I watch my own videos, because I can't even stand hearing my voice. You probably can't either sometimes, I don't know. But that's the cool thing is that, I can teach, but at teaching for a purpose, teaching so that I can give you more freedom. Because I feel like with great power comes great responsibility. Thanks, Spider-Man. But Uncle Ben said it. There's two Spider-Man, right? Or Aunt May, depending on which multiverse you're in. But I was able to do the same thing. I was like, what can I give back with that time and that freedom? Yeah, I can go sit on a beach and be happy and just be comfortable with my family, but I feel like that's a waste of time and my energy and resources and my God-given talents. I might as well use it for something good. So what is that for you? Because people say, why don't you retire? I'm like, I tried twice, and every time I got bored and depressed. And so I did something that actually let me have some joy in my life, and this is it. This to me is financial freedom. By the way, I'll tell you another bonus for financial freedom. I really believe financial freedom is when money is no longer the reason or excuse that I do or do not do anything. Money no longer becomes a reason for anything, right? I'm not doing this just to make money. Now, if I make more money, yes, I can reinvest that money in my business and do more things. But that's not it. I don't need to make more money. I don't need even more passive income. I got about $50,000 a month coming in. I'm okay. My family will live, okay? But what it really is like, for me, money is no longer that reason or excuse I do or do not do something. It's not about the money. It's about purpose and what I want to do with it. I'll tell you this, the time I became most financially free was not when I had passive income. I know for some of you, you've been watching my videos or my podcast for a long time, you just probably dropped your mouth open wait, what? What are you talking about? You've been telling me this is financial freedom. No, it's not. For me, financial freedom happened when I went broke. When I got to the point where 2008, I went from being out of the rat race, having that financial freedom, but see, even in that financial freedom, even when I had enough passive income, my ego was tied to my income. I didn't see value in me. And so instead, I would put the stuff out in front. I would show you my house. I would show you my car, much like the influencers of today, but pre-Facebook. I would put that stuff out there and say, look at me, look how amazing I am. But what happened in 2008 when all of a sudden that was taken away? I turned my car keys in because I knew they were going to repossess it anyways. I ended up losing my house in foreclosure in 2009. I ended up losing everything. I barely held on to my family vehicle because we locked it in the garage so people couldn't repo that too, and just try to keep up on the payments as much as I could. And then we're literally moving out right after my wife had our fourth child, moving out of the house. I had 4 young children, all under the age of 5, moving out into a house much smaller to rent. At that moment, when all of a sudden the ego was stripped away, when I wasn't concerned about how people saw me, because trust me, there was plenty of people that said, oh, okay, that guy is lost, he's gone. There's a lot of people that gave up. There's a few friends that didn't, the good friends, right? That still saw that value. When I started to realize that the value was in me, that my stuff didn't devalue me at all, but I had that value. All of a sudden, I didn't need stuff to justify my value. I didn't need the fancy cars or the houses or anything else. That is when I became liberated from money. That is when all of a sudden I'm like, I just need money to survive and I'm good. And I'll tell you, that has followed me ever since. That helped me get financial freedom faster. Do I say you should go broke? No, I don't. But question, how do you view money? How do you view your relationship with money? Does it define you in some way? Does your job or your business define you in some way? That may not be the right thing. Your best thing might just be is how do I detach myself from the money to where the money is just money? I'm just a steward of it because I come with the earth with nothing, I leave with nothing. Everything in between that I have here is my stewardship. How am I going to best use it, not just to enrich my life and those around me and my family, but even the people I come in contact with each day? How do I use it then? And you will find a level of financial freedom you probably never have experienced, and in fact, very few people in the world will ever experience in their lifetime. You have the opportunity. Because passive income help? Yes, passive income helps a ton. But remember, it's an emotional piece. Financial freedom comes from emotions. What does that life look like for you for financial freedom? It depends. It might be a simple minimalist lifestyle. It could be a lifestyle that's lavish. It might just be a lifestyle you say, I have time freedom. I have time to be with my family, to be with those I love, doing whatever I love or whatever I want to do. That's freedom, and that's great. That's what it should be. You get to decide what your life looks like when it comes to financial freedom. But just remember, question, do I want that life because I saw it on Instagram, or do I want that life because it's what I truly want? That's what you get to decide today. Now, if you want to figure out how to create more financial freedom, great way to do that, especially if you want to create more passive income, try our passive income calculator at moneyripples.com. And by the way, like I said, subscribe for more videos on this podcast and this YouTube channel right now.